There you go.
Oh, so you want me to share screen? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's the sun. I'm not used to the sun anymore. You can share the screen, please.
Okay. And let's go ahead and start recording.
Yeah, that's what my share screen was about. I was recording.
Okay. All right, everybody can see the screen. Yeah, great. Okay, so I'm in the planning document, and I'm working on keeping my voice low. So hopefully you can hear me okay.
Perfect. Your voice.
Great. Yeah, I'm still working on it. Kate just said she's here in the office with me here. She says, so I don't have to yell all the way to Bethlehem. Okay. All right, so let's just kind of work through this, I guess. So, so that needs to be done. The transition video from Thomas Iron straight to Bethlehem. Have we tackled that yet, or that still needs to be done?
That's done.
Yeah,
The transition video is done.
Okay. And Nasreen, you've done that, right?
Yes.
Can you share it with us right now? And I'll stop my share.
Sure. Let me find it.
And then what we should do, like you're saying, oh, let me find it. We should make sure we have it in a good place in the drive where we all know where it is too.
Yeah.
Another thing that all of us, we need to improve, level up together, is using the backlog. We still haven't been able to start that. And backlog listing the sprint report. Oh yeah, you're right. Because the backlog items, we list what needs to be done and the priorities and stuff. For example, this one here was Nasreen's first task. If we had put that as a backlog item, she would have been able to say there that it was completed, and we would be reporting like in this current week sprint report that was completed, and a link for the video would be provided. So, like, I know all of us are not from this engineering project management area, but it's a skill. So that's why I always remind all of us, including myself, that it's important for us to try to level up, right? One step behind.
So Junior, can I ask a favor of you then, because I'm working on the from the planning document, right? If you could pull up, I guess are we in week 5 or week 6 sprint report this week? Five. So if you could pull up on your end, the sprint report, and let's make sure we get everything in the backlog so that both these documents are matching.
Okay.
Would be good.
Also, who's the new sprint reporter? I done it for 3 weeks.
I've been doing it.
You're good?
Yeah.
Juan, thanks, Juan.
Thank you, Jonah, for your service.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Jan, it's very excellent job, Jonah. Really appreciate it.
No. So,
Oh yeah. That was not good. Man.
hey, too much chicken.
Wait, are we talking about last week's yet, or shouldn't have we started the week 6 because closing date was July 3rd?
We did not go to July, like the closing date. Oh yeah, I think I must like.
But we
change the
haven't
closing date
revised that
opening date.
together, right?
But you mean like the
Week
sprint
5
report
should
for
be-
week 4? Yeah, week 5 should be this week, right?
Yeah, this is week 5. So
Yeah,
I think
it's like a
Bond did
couple-
update the date.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, all right.
Nasreen, you're having a hard time finding it?
I'm there. Okay, I'll share my screen.
Okay.
You see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to start. So I connected from Northampton, I skipped Allentown to Bethlehem.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So
Yeah.
did it start? I'm sorry, did it start at Northampton or in Caddy?
Yes, it's,
And because this is for industrial
not
history.
North, the point after Northampton, the
Right. Thomas Iron Works.
iron, yes.
Perfect. That's what I thought. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks great, Nasreen.
Very good, thank you.
So were there any other segments that we need to connect, or was that the only one?
I think that was the only one.
Yeah, when I was planning with Nasreen, I took a look at the photospheres for industrial history.
Mhm.
All the jump that happens is from Thomas Iron to Bethlehem because there is no Allentown.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, there's another one which is, but it's, I think the video is red. Let me see that. Let's just make sure, right? Let me be- So, Francis, yeah, like what happens in industrial history, it's the first photospheres are all used. It starts in Francis Walter, the
Mhm.
top of the dam, it goes to Rockport,
Yep.
goes to the Lehigh Gap, it goes to Walnut Port,
Yep.
then Cementum, Thomas Iron, so 6 places, and then it jumps Allentown and goes to Bethlehem, and it doesn't go to Easton, so it's just one jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect. Yay. That's easy. All right. So I've marked that on the planning document as done. And I've checked that off. All right. So let me go back to the list. All right. So now this one here, enable, disable the floating icons, photos, narrative text. Well, actually, we've got VR version and the PC version. So this is the floating icons, narration text.
Yeah, that's the process of first duplicating the photos here. It's the second
Yeah.
one. Because the main photos here was completed before we traveled. So first duplicate the photos here. Was this completed in both versions?
Okay, so in terms of this piece here, Jonah and Quan, where are we with this?
Yeah, I've been so far I've been like went in and went through every scene. Obviously I did Rockport, but it's not, it can be done very easily. I mean, I was just kind of doing one scene at a time thing, but I can go back, I can go and set all the scenes up if you want.
Oh, so he will translation, English to English. What he said is, instead of duplicating all scenes at once, he is doing row number 2 and row 3 together. So he duplicates the scene and then compares the media, enable and disable the things and changes the narrative. That's right?
Yeah.
Mhm. See, and
Okay,
Good.
all right, so this one's still in process, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and Junior, we have this is on the, and so this is on the sprint report? We have this is on a to-do list?
I'm putting there just as we speak.
Okay.
I'm updating this sprint report, just like you asked.
All right. And I apologize because I'm not in the room. I don't know. One of the things I'm going to ask the three of you, Quan, Junior, and Jonah, is just from this list. Let's just make sure everything also is matching on the board in the room, because we're really good about seeing it on the board and it gets done, right? So let's make sure that gets on the board. And this because it's not on the board right now, right?
No,
No, so this is kind of a high priority thing now, correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, all right, so we want to make sure that this gets on the board as a high priority. And we're doing both of these, so just a clarification, are we working on the PC version first or doing it simultaneously?
it's doing simultaneously. Nesrin is preparing the PC version and the Jonah and Juan working on the VR version.
Okay.
saving desktop, right?
Yes.
I'm just taking a few notes here right within the Google Doc here. All right, String's working on PC. Really should be okay. Great. Any updates within this for either Nesreen or Jonah Kwan to show at this point?
I didn't know that I'm working on this, so I will need help, junior help. We have meeting today at 4, so if you can, junior, help me with that.
Okay. And Nesreen, let me ask a quick question. When do you travel to Jordan?
July 29
Okay, so you're here for the month. Good.
weeks. Yep.
All right. So Junior, what we should be realistically thinking of is, whatever we have Nesreen working on, we want to, make sure that we have a good, by the end of the month before she leaves, that, there's a good stopping point.
Okay.
That's something that we need to keep in mind. Okay. All right, great. All right, so Jonah, Kwan, anything on your end to show about this?
I think it's best to show it when it's not all complete, so it's I think, Monday.
Okay, that's fine.
Monday.
All right. All right. All right, the next one is to prepare transition video queue, play the kayak video at the end of each location's exploration.
Jonah has already done that. Oh, no.
Oh, wait,
Actually, he's done the queue.
out of the queue.
The video needs to be inserted at the end of every location.
I was also thinking something. I was doing some loading, unloading research. What if that's like the loading screen? And we don't even know that, kind of so at that place at the end of each. Yeah, I think because we need some type of loading.
That would be
screen.
great.
Yeah, and we simultaneously don't even know that loading, and then the next thing pops up.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Can you say that again? You were talking too fast. I'm sorry.
All right. So basically, the transition video with the kayak.
Mhm.
So if you look at I did some research regarding the loading and unloading part for the scenes.
Mhm.
So my suggestion is we use the kayak video itself to be a loading screen. So it looks like it's not, no one's under the impression that we're loading into the next scene, but as the kayak video is playing, it'll just pop us into the next scene. It'll save us, it'll optimize performance as we transition to each scene. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So
That's the benefit of having a loading scene, just like Jonah is suggesting, is that we bulletproof the game, because if we only have one scene unloading while the other is loading, depending on the processor power, it may crash. Like we have tested this many times 2 years ago, and then in Watershed Explorers, the tutorial started, there was a black screen in the background, not the photosphere. It was because unloading and loading process was not completed 100%. So that's a great idea, Jonah.
Okay. So Jonah, you're working on this right now also?
Yeah, the loading and unloading parts, yeah.
All
Right
right.
now, I've been chugging through the dialogue thing right now, but
So
Okay.
this one needs to be, this item needs to be updated because in the before, it was just duplicating and changing the video. But if this is going to be a new scene, that is a transition scene, there's a little bit more legwork to be done. There needs to be a new scene for each one of those. There will be a new index number, right? And they will need to be inserted in the viewed settings. And what else? The code. Yeah, the code will need to be adapted accordingly from one scene to the other, unless you are using a loop to increment, like it gets the current scene index, and then when it loads the next one. If that's the case in the code, you don't have to do any tweak. But if the scenes are being loaded and unloaded by either the name of the scene or the number of the index, then you have to do some tweaks. So suggestion, it's better to use the loop and increment, and only increment because we only advance in this. Yeah.
Okay. And then once you do it, Jonah, that one can just be translated over for the PC version pretty easy, right?
yeah, because it's just a video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This.
I need here for this test.
All right.
Middle high priority.
Yeah, I'll put it on medium right now because
Okay.
other high priorities, I want to take care of first.
Shouldn't we like? Quan, can we have you do that?
Yeah,
With
sure.
Preparing the new scenes and the transitions, because I wanted Jonah to do the immersive game menu because
Okay,
it was your idea, so
Yeah.
it's your vision. I want to see how you,
okay, cool.
the process of thinking and making it come to life.
Yeah, I have
Right.
exacts.
So Quan will work on this?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
on this sprint report.
All right.
Develop immersive.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thanks. Next one is the immersive game menu.
I already added, it's Jonah,
Jonah?
yes.
All right. And what?
That's
prior-
priority is middle.
Okay. And are we doing, these are have to do separate, right? Between the VR version and the
Yeah.
PC version? Yeah.
Yeah. The PC version is ready, right? I'm
Yeah.
gonna be talking to Newsgreen this afternoon, so. It's
All right.
figure out.
Yeah, with the immersive one, it's gonna be more of a, it's not gonna be like one screen. The vision that we said in week one was you can look around, see the character, see all the characters, and it'd be more fun to look at the game.
Okay. All right. So the game menu for the PC version's done. The immersive game menu, we're going to put this medium priority. And who are we assigning this to? Is it Jonah?
Jonah,
Juan?
Jonah.
Jonah. Thanks.
Mhm.
All right. All right. So the game menu screen, you just said it was done, right? For the PC version?
Yes.
Can we take a look at it? Make sure it's functioning?
Oh, no, like it's done in terms of development, like Ms. Ring will be updating the connections in her version.
I'm pretty sure like what the volume button doesn't like do anything. but-
Yeah. So it's not done, Dr. Boz, you remove it, please.
All right. So Nesreen is got a, all right, you just said Nesreen has to add connections to it, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. This is a medium priority because we have this stream working on something else, right? For a high priority above right now, right?
Actually,
Stop
this
working.
right corner, sorry, this right column is all high priority. It's this ring putting the pieces together of the PC version. Because all of them are developed. It's just like we need to connect them. When we discussed about that like 3 weeks ago, the idea was to have this ring work on the PC version because it's less problematic in terms of like access because the VR version has extra variables and devices. And the PC version, she will be getting like a nice experience on using Unity to develop the project by connecting and getting used to where she needs to go to make sure that the scene loads, unloads, and stuff like that. There's no development, it's just connecting the pieces. Just like
Okay.
a saw puzzle.
Sounds good. All right. And then this one here, is that it's highlighted. So is
Right.
that this one at the bottom here that's assigned to Jonah? right
Yeah,
here?
that goes hand in hand with, now with Quan. So. But
All
yeah,
right.
it's, yeah.
Well, so wait, from 0 to 10, how much have you completed that?
Like, my completion of that was just doing research on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd say 10.
Also, you
I just looked up-
you did the research to see what idea would be better, just
Yeah.
like I asked you. So now Juan is going to be doing that because it's connected to the, okay,
So that's done,
it's not done
not done.
according to Dr. Bodzin's.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the first step, the preparation for this test is done. Jonah has found the best solution for how to load and unload in the scenes. The
Okay.
implementation starts now, and Juan will be doing that.
All right. I didn't catch that. Quan's doing, because I want to just capture it in the note. Quan is,
Juan is doing that while doing another task above. The
all right.
transition videos, because the transition videos are the place where we unload and load. this-
Right.
Yeah,
What kind of priority is this? Higher, medium,
Medium.
medium? Okay.
it can be low because it's gonna be happen automatically, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Otherwise, Juan is gonna be focusing on loading and loading, but not preparing. So it's all together, actually.
Okay. So a lot of these things seem to be tied together. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And you're getting everything,
Yes.
Junior, in your
Yes.
version.
Yes.
Great. Okay. All right. Create a new repository, name it. That we've done, right?
that's done, that's done.
Done. Okay. On both, right?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. Let's see. According to the sprint report, when it's done, we need to know how it was documented. So I know the one I know it's the high gap story because I use that as an example. So Jonah.
Yeah.
What is the new repository?
Well, so IVR yellow, so it'll be IVR yellow 2022.3.3 F1.
Oh, okay, wait. So number 12 is ready. IVR,
IVR,
one,
yeah,
yellow,
2022,
VR.
Yep.
2022.3
3.3 F1.
3F1. So Nisrin and I will create one this afternoon.
Of the ball. He likes. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Farther the better. Cooper. Sleepy. Sleepy Cooper.
No,
Cooper.
Okay. All right, ready to the, I think we have one last one here, which is the implement the clickable text script on highlighted words. I believe this has been sent to Quan, right, on his to-do
Yeah.
list. And has this been started or not? And it's low priority, I'm assuming.
No,
wait, I already done that.
Wait,
So,
what?
yeah, like after I met you, like on Monday, I think. I applied like the text localizer to the whole clickable text and just working properly now. And I've also integrated with like the text localizer, so it should also work with Spanish now. So yeah,
So he finished that.
All right, so we think this done. Quan, you wanna show us this so we can take a look, see, just test it out and make sure it's done?
yeah.
Yep, I'll stop sharing.
Did you share one? Oh, you are here.
Oh, yeah, sure, but also only like I will green here. And also since I'm using like the similar editor, like it's not like I can't really like change the. So you click on the text of like the link, there should be it pops up like, and this is like based on the like the click on, for example, like this one is like linked with like ampersand, and this one is linked with like some terms. Yeah, so it should be like that. I still have any idea like how like where to put the panel though, but yeah.
Can you go back, close this panel? Can you click in one of the white words, please? Yeah, it's working.
Is that blue color for the water gonna stay?
Now,
Okay.
That's like the
That's
color
just
is like
testing.
it's separate, but yeah, that's just forward testing. And
So, Dr. Bodzin, this is the system that Sean, you and I created for IVR2 to make sure that the highlighted words can be interactable
Mhm.
and open a pop-up to, so Juan did that, and he also unintendedly
Just have it
improved the
technically.
system. So
He did what unintendedly?
he improved the system
Oh,
because
great.
I did this time intendedly, okay? After our meeting, I did it intendedly.
no, yeah, before the meeting he was trying, but he did something else that was nice because he merged two systems. But then I said, like, no, we need this just for the text. And then he applied to the text and he tested it. Now it's working. So
Okay.
this is the programming. Now
Yes.
we need the implementation phase. The implementation will happen after the text is updated in each scene. After the text is showing each scene, every one of these texts will have some highlighted words. These highlighted words need to open specific panels.
Okay, can you show that one more time, slowly clicking on a word, and let me see where it pops up and how it looks.
Just
And we're in
I
play mode, yeah.
haven't like set the place for the panels public yet, but that should be able to like power wherever you want it to. And then you can click on it again to like close it.
So
The
when you
position,
click,
the positioning is not decided yet, he said.
okay,
So the
gotcha.
functionality was completed.
Okay,
What is most likely to happen is that this panel will appear a little up to where the narrative box is.
So it should be around here.
Yeah, most likely, I guess. Then we'll see how that feels.
Yeah.
yeah. So Quan, when you did this, have you tested it with a headset on?
No, not yet, really.
Okay, because what I'd like for you to do, as you're prototyping, right now,
Yeah.
pretty much what Junior said. Think about, if you click, having that thing pop, and again, I know it's kind of hard to tell because we're looking at 2-dimensional space, not in 3D. So it's really kind of hard for us to figure out what is our field of view, right?
Yeah.
And Junior, you were thinking if this was like the field of view, for example, having it pop up and be directly
Above.
directly above, like just let's say the bottom part of the box might be parallel to Mira's head.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So did you hear that, Quan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So try that to get the box to pop up so that the lower part is just above her head, kind of centered. I think that should work. And then test it in the headset to kind of, for the look and feel. And and again, I don't know where you are with your priority task, but since I think this should be kind of something that you're working on today, because it seems like this could be knocked out today. Today's what, Thursday? Yeah, knock it out today, and then maybe Monday at our meeting we'll be able to, have a demo from you with a headset on. Would be nice in the lab.
Question, Junior.
Hmm.
Like for duration, like do they all appear in the same place, like in all scenes? Like do they always appear in the front, or like depending on the game menu that you were talking about, Jonah, like they might appear in different sides, right?
Yes, it will depend on where the panel is showing.
So it'll probably be better if I make it automatically like appear.
Yes,
Oh,
if you
right,
can do
yeah.
that, it will be amazing. Because then you remove the manual moving the panel in each scene.
Probably fine after.
Yeah, you can, that's a great idea. You can use the position of the panel as the reference, and yeah, that's a great idea, Juan.
Got it.
All right, let me just add this up here in the notes.
Okay, so it's now
Text glossary.
implement. So the implementation of this system, I'm also assigning to Juan as a low priority because he knows where to go, and if he needed to explain to Jonah where it is, it would take some time. So we want to optimize it. So
Yes, I agreed.
I put it as low because that's really a non-thinking task. So whenever he's burned out of programming or try to solve some issue, he can switch gears to this low and get some motivation boost because it's like easy to complete and like gets closer to the end goal.
Right. And I agree with Junior here. And Jonah and Quan, you can give me some feedback on. I think it's good to have, like I said, you got like two different things, at least two different things that you could be working on, because sometimes you do get stuck, and it's time to do something different. Does that seem to be working out well for you?
Yeah.
Much better on it.
Yeah, great. All right. So that covers everything on the needs to be done list. Is there any for again, Watershed Explorers Industrial History, is there anything on the sprint report, Junior, that we need to cover?
I would like to revise the backlog that I updated because there's some things that need to be like tweaked because I may have missed something. On the sprint report, we have gotten the solution for my latest problem, which was from Monday, the Microsoft Office stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So FPS replied to Dr. Bodzi and me that they say that Office versions are all not meant for in accounts, so institutional accounts. Okay, but that's from now on because in the past he was working fine and nobody said anything. So we need to behave accordingly to the new procedures, and it seems we need to go to software.lehigh.edu.
LUApps.
And because there is a on-campus install for Lehigh-owned hardware, so
It's actually very helpful because I was trying to do some tests and you can't modify an Excel file without
yeah.
having authorization.
All right. So that email came to us today. Yeah, from Dan Schwartz. So should I forward? I need to forward this email to everybody then, right?
No, I entered the updates into the sprint reports, challenges and remediation plan.
And okay, and you put the link in there, Junior?
Yes, yes.
So in order to use Excel now, we have to use the value apps.
I don't think that's the case. They said that there is an install version for computers owned by Lehigh. So we'll have to log in into the software.lehigh with the lab account, and then it's gonna list like an Office version that is installable.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of, you know, we got great, I gotta say, we did get very fast response, you know, when I got the help ticket submitted. It was in the evening. I got to it at night, and we had about 3 different people respond to us. At one point, Denise Campion, who's our LTS support person in our college, said, you know, it should be working now, just restart it. And then we got this other message from Dan Schwartz saying, hey, you're not really supposed to have it, not for the in accounts, and that we should all be using the there's you know, a version for installs on Campus Stone.
Another thing to do, you could use, I just looked it up. Google Sheets can apparently, so usually Excel is .csv file, which is Excel.
Mhm.
You can import, you can download Google Sheets files as .csv as well. So we don't necessarily have to use Excel.
Yeah, but it's not only about Excel, because we also have lots of papers being revised and prepared, and we don't write papers on Google Docs, right? So we need this access, because Microsoft Office, for example, papers in Google Docs, and I usually teach rapid prototyping of concept arts in Microsoft PowerPoint, because Google Slides don't use transparencies. So we need Microsoft Office.
I got a picture. There you go. There you go, Junior.
Oh, that's perfect. Dr. Bods, you should bring Mango to the lab as well these days.
He doesn't travel well in the car. He always, you know, howls and stuff.
Oh, he's
And I'd have to have everything. I have to bring a litter box and things like that. Yeah, man, it's not like I can. He's not leash trained, which is too bad. I really should have when we first rescued him and he showed up at our doorstep. I should have done that because he's a pretty chill cat.
All students can also get Microsoft 365 for $3 a month.
Well, we operate in the no budget mode.
That's pretty cool. Though.
Lehigh needs to provide that for us.
Yeah, right.
Man.
$3. They can.
Okay.
Okay, so can you come to the sprint report, Dr. Bodzin, or would you like me to share this screen?
No, I'm on it. I had it. I'm on the sprint report right now.
So let's just go over the backlog items. Number 1, the Watershed Explorers into MetaQuest headsets. This is there, but like it's not completed.
Right.
So in the beginning, that was just like a test. We need to see and test the game in the new hardware. So we completed that. 2, upgraded IVR Green to Unity 2020. After Jonah and Kwan updated us that they were able to update to 2022, I guess I'm going to change this to 2022.
Yes.
Assigned to me so I can make sure that all Watershed Explorer versions are 2022 already. So we will be
Next one too.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
This one update IVR 1 to yellow. It's done. They have done that, right? Yes. Lehigh Gap Story into Meta Quest, Junior and Gillian. We did that 2 weeks ago. And I also created the new repository, so everybody's also able to use that. 4, research about the best workflow for loading and unloading scenes. Middle priority, Jonah. He completed that. 5, revise the tooltip system for headset VR. Start with the radical.
All right. So hold on. Whoa. Number 4. This, you said this is done?
Yes.
All right, let's put it's good to have dones on things, right? Okay. All right, sorry, go ahead, number 5. We want to, anything that's done, we do want to note it, so that way,
Don't use, wants you to share the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shannon. Dr. Bodin, can you share the
Dr.
screen?
Watson, yeah.
my screen?
Yeah.
Sure, I can do that. All right, so we're at number 5, about revising the tooltip system, right?
So fund did that. There is only one detail that is missing, which is the repositioning of the,
Okay,
It gets started with that goal.
no.
No.
Wait, let's think. It's more important that you two complete the beginning to end connections.
Mhm.
And then we can revisit the tooltip system because it's just gonna be like a few lines of code, 3 to 5
Alright.
max. So revise the tooltip is done. I'm gonna create a new backlog item, which is fix the positioning of the tooltips. Yeah, and that
Alright.
should be low.
all right, so you want me to put a done here?
No, I'm gonna put you can put a done. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Fix the position of tooltips. Adding topics. Also low. I'm gonna assign for both of them because if you need a break, you have another low task to be changing things. All right, next Dr. Bodin.
All right, number 6, make the UI still and allow drag movement.
UI still checked, drag movement. I would say it can move left and right, but not necessarily a drag in terms of like where the controller is.
Let's try to recall what the group has decided about that.
Still.
We are using still.
Still, right?
But I did put the 2 arrows. I put 2 big arrows. I don't know if I should,
Yes, I will remember.
2 big arrows and you can go left and right and move it.
And how is the movement done? Are you clicking or are you holding
You
just
can
like
hold, you just hold.
you click, hold,
You
and
click
you
and
do like
hold.
this?
Well, you can do it anywhere. As soon as you let go, it'll stop, but
Great.
you have to click the button for it to start.
Great, that's perfect. So it's done.
Yeah,
So let's say allow drag sideways movement. Done, Dr. Bodin. You can write it so
All right, and Jonah,
Okay.
this has been tested in the headset?
yeah.
All right, so what I'd like to be able to do on Monday, bear with me just 1 second. I'm hoping I could get into the office a little early. I have to, I was at the orthodontist yesterday and had a new permanent top retainer put in and something goofed and I got to go back in at 10:40. But I'm kind of hoping it's in Bethlehem, so I hope they can get me in and out so that before lunch, maybe I can get the headset on and test this stuff.
Sure.
Because I know it gets busy in the lab afterwards, you know, and in case somebody needs to get on that development computer for something. But my goal for Monday, all this stuff that we're saying, hey, is done, which is fantastic. Sorry, let me pull up the sprint report. We're at the point now where I need to get the headset on and I'd like to experience it myself.
Sure.
So I can give you the feedback on it. All right. Rewrite the game tutorial for Lehigh Gap story. Which
we discussed that yesterday.
yesterday,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So that was discussed yesterday. This one is now
I
done.
think Jen is also here. I need to add the part here. Jen is also in number 7.
Okay. And number 8 is done, right? We just did that. We saw Nasreen got that done. Nasreen, where is that file located now?
It's
Yeah.
linked in the shared drive. She shared with us and I got her link and I put in the top of the backlog list.
I think the watershed explorer folder need to be organized. Junior did a great job when he created Nesreen's study folder where there's 2D, 360 videos. It's great. It's more organized than the
Good.
watershed. So I believe we need to follow the same structure in my study because I can't actually locate where are the videos in the watershed folder, the big one. So maybe that's something to work on. But now it's in my, under Nesreen's studies, there's 2D and videos, it's there.
Okay, but a copy is, Junior, you have a copy now, right?
Yes,
Okay, and you know where it's located, right?
yes.
Okay,
There's a link in the sprint report, 2 links actually.
all right, and that's further, it's up, right? The links?
Yeah.
Okay, no, and Nasreen, I agree with you. One of our problems that we have as a group is that we have so much development going on, and we think we start organized and then it just quickly gets out of hand. And I know Kavya's doing some organizational tasks for us, but not like she's doing more inventory and everything with the cloud repository at this point. I think she's about done with that. All right, next. So this is everything that we talked about today, right? From here down.
Yeah, but let's just make sure that it's correct. Maybe I have missed something.
Okay, floating icons. Develop, create repository, full text. So this number 15, we need to, I think we need to add the web address, right, for this?
It's in the solutions, it's in the table
Oh.
of this one.
It's above?
Yes, there.
Okay, great, perfect. All right, so everyone should just make sure you do that on your, and I'll just put here, everyone. Just make sure one does that. I think we got everything. I'm just gonna hopefully I'm not gonna get you all too busy here. I'm just going to flip here, just take a look. Repository, clickable text. Okay, and so Kwan's finishing up that one. Yeah, I think everything's here. It looks good to everybody?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Before we move on to Lehigh Gap's story, which I think is going to be fairly quick. So Kwan and Jonah, anything else since Monday's meeting? I know we had a day off on the 4th that you want to share or update us on?
I can update on so I spent the majority yesterday outlining, kind of like figuring out what the best route for me, because I had we made the idea for the dialogue plan. So it was just a lot of me just kind of like, okay, should I do this? Testing, like do a quick test? Maybe not. This. I think I have a certain route in which I'm going towards. So I've been working on that. And I'm gonna get a little technical and use some words here, but basically my plan is, so in the Excel sheet, you have your, like what Junior showed, each item in each box basically is separated by a comma, right? So like you have your key, comma, something, comma, whatever. Basically what I'm doing is, I'm parsing through the CSV data, and then I'm splitting each word where each delimiter is, and a delimiter is like a comma or like a semicolon or whatever. So I just have I have each word. So I have 000 start, whatever, key, whatever. I have each word in an array. That's basically what I have. And then through that array, I'm going through I was thinking what searching algorithm I'm going to do. Still kind of iffy on which algorithm, because depending on which searching algorithm I use, it's going to use more performance. Some are more optimal for games than others.
Yeah.
But basically, I have each word in an array, and I'm going to parse through it, and have it go, have the dialogue go in order based off what the scene needs. So basically, a lot of technical terms again. I have a plan. I'm executing that plan.
Aren't you making things very extremely hard?
I mean, it's not difficult. I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's just like a lot of planning.
You were saying that you're using the very word and some kind of thing to delineate the word. How are you going to be controlling for that in sentences?
So yeah, so the sentences are just one word, or it can just be one string. So I don't need to separate each word, like welcome, space, thus, space, blah, blah, blah. That is all the one, it's one string. So I don't need to like parse through the spaces. It understands that the space is part of the word that I'm looking into. It's only looking at the commas, and that's how.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. Now the question is, did you understand what we asked you to do last meeting?
Yeah, so basically, going through, looking at the, based off the index of each word, and figuring out a good order for figuring out an order to put each dialogue in for each scene while using the UI, what do you call it?
Text localizer
Text
UI.
localizer UI, yeah. Maybe I make it a little too much. Maybe I make it more complicated.
So why are you trying? You just need to add the lines over there, right? Because it's working. Remember.
Oh yeah, it's working. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I make it too hard on myself.
Yeah. So I used to be like you in the past, and Dr. Bodzin suffered so much.
Kiss.
I apologize, Dr. Bodzin. So.
Keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple.
It's already working. Just add the dialogue lines. Because the task we asked you to do is like how to use only the text localizer system with the database.
Yeah.
Instead of using those individual classes like Mira, Francis Walter 1 dialogues.
Right.
So that's the core.
The core. Okay, I'll focus on that.
Write a message for you and put on the wall to remind you. Do not stray away. Do not stray away. Keep here. Right.
The actual standard of the Mirror Francis system you're talking about is like for the text localizer UI, like it doesn't really work by the way that you put a key in and it spits out your line of text. So what is like the Mirror Francis system doing right now?
Wait, slow down and say that again. I got almost.
So you said that you want to get rid of like the Mirror Francis system,
Yes.
whatever, right?
Yes.
So what is that system doing right now? Because like my understanding of the text localizer system is that you give it a key and it gives out the line. Right?
Yeah.
And
So instead of using the mirror script, we will have one key in the spreadsheet or the text delineated file, and then we will put that key for the narration. Once we run the game, it will check which language was selected first. If it's English, Mirror is gonna speak in English. If it's Spanish, Mirror is gonna speak in Spanish.
Wait, and what you basically want to say is that you want to put in that line and it would spell out like the whole narration. Like,
Yeah, without manually implementing each line.
I can show this for everyone can see what. Oh, it's already here.
Yeah, because I understand what you're talking about now. A little bit. I thought it was I thought it was already working like that.
For example, even like Jennifer, Deji, and I had already tried to do that for the long narration lines. This is the lines of the tutorial. However, we needed to create the other system because we didn't know. Oh, we cannot use Excel. We needed to recreate the system because we didn't know how to cycle through the lines. And that's also what Jonah was in charge of trying to understand how to do. Because in order for you to close a dialogue, you need to see that but then you can check by the key. If this is the key, show close, problem solved. All right, so see it's done. We just have to talk aloud and
So-
make the new version.
So instead of having like tutorial DL2, tutorial MR, tutorial, we could just have one tutorial and then it'll just go through that entire thing.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
If
it's
you
like
wanna-
one key, so it'll just be tutorial and it'll go from DL2 to all the way to DL1.
no, because sometimes the avatar changes.
Okay.
Especially here in the tutorial. That's why there is DL, which is Della, MR, Mira, LN, Lenny, LC, Lens.
Is that the
So-
order of the
We
character?
will have to update this based on the new tutorial that we are developing.
Okay.
So the first step is like figure out and test the functionality of getting the narrative text from this file and not using the
The code.
dialogue many classes, right? And then after we know that we can cycle through, then we will update this file according to the new scripts.
Yeah, it's good talking about things. Makes things less complicated.
I am gonna need license. Yeah. All right. We are done here, Dr. Bodzi.
Excellent. All right, then. Thank you, Quan and Jonah. Let's now shift gears to get into the Lehigh Gap Story VR. And as I said earlier, you know, we all met, everyone but Quan and Jonah yesterday to do what I thought was a very productive walkthrough session under the hood session of everything. And we kind of set a priority list of what people would be working on. And I didn't expect much to happen between yesterday afternoon and today, but I'll just open it up to Jillian and Jen and Jean New if you want to say something or show something, or if you had time to start or work or anything that's puzzling you. And
I'm trying to look at what we decided in Watershed Explorers and apply that to the one scene we decided on working on. So I'm trying to take elements from what we've done and kind of like look at how it was done and import pieces or copy settings. I'm struggling a little bit. It's not all working out, but I think I just need more time to understand what everything is, because just one piece has so many pieces under it, and trying to track what everything's connected to is taking a long time for me right now. So I just need more time, I guess, to try.
So what part are you working?
So I was trying to make specifically just making, so right now we have the info sign icon, but when you click on it, the info doesn't pop up. So we had already decided for Lehigh Gap, sorry. For in Watershed Explorers, you've already worked out how to make it show up so it's on a slant with the border and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to kind of take that same system and pull it over. But when I pull over the pieces, you know, like there's some pieces from Lehigh Gap Story that I think need to, you know, stay within that aspect. And then the things I pull over aren't necessarily working right. So I might not be putting them in the right spots in the hierarchy. So I'm just trying to figure it all out. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just basically make the info sign work.
right. So Jillian, as soon as this meeting's over, are you able to hang out? Because I think, you know, between Junior and Quan right here in the room, we might be able to walk you through. I think probably the process would be easy for them to kind of walk you through the process of getting the first one kind of set up.
Yeah, I can show them what I did and maybe they can let me know where I'm going wrong.
It could be from like 3 to around like 4:30, because then we have like 7.
Okay,
I'm gonna be here.
okay.
So, Jillian, so that means that you chose to do the information sign, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
I was playing around with the control sign
Control sign.
and I was
It's setting.
trying to make it, I was following the tutorial that has, when you walk in, this shows up,
Oh, yeah, like the UI.
the UI,
Oh,
yeah,
So you're trying to make a UI
Yeah,
version
of the control.
sign.
of the control sign.
I'm not sure what that control sign is. It looks like is it more just for us to know?
The one in the
It was-
bottom.
No, it's the one that
Oh,
says.
no,
It's like an image.
that is prototyping. That's just.
We don't
that is
need
not
that.
now.
Okay,
So I figured if I screwed it up, it wasn't bad enough. That's
No,
why I
yeah.
was playing with it. Because I figured if I could figure out how to get it, then I could change it and have it do the directional thing. And have it, have an icon with the controller.
Like for all of you, for all of you, if you don't see a visual element in the video yesterday, it's because it's not supposed to be there.
Right.
Right? The biggest challenge of this transition is giving a new home to the 2D UI that stayed on the screen.
Right.
And at the end of the video yesterday, I suggested using the brownie balloons. So that
Right.
you click the balloon, a panel opens,
Yeah.
and you that's-
So. I was playing with the control, that object in the scene, and I was. The little T for toggle, and that was what was gonna go up, but I was just playing with it to see if I could do it and
Yeah.
get it to go in the goggles.
Yeah, it's fine. Just like Dr. Bodin said, like
I'm getting
you
there.
need to be messing with the project.
What we're doing. too.
Otherwise, you
Yeah.
not be able to know where the things are.
Right.
So that's a good, actually,
And I think we're both planning on having it attached with a letter to Brownie. So if you need to know what controls to use, you'll click on this hand for Brownie. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna use yet.
Mhm.
If we click on the question mark, it'll send you to help. If
Yeah.
you click on this, it'll send you to that, and it's all surrounded by Brownie.
Yes. So it's basically the same system of Watershed Explorers, the floating things for everything.
Trying to figure out how to make them work
Yeah.
in a different one. But I'll get there.
Sean, are you there? Yes. Did you get to choose anything that you like to be focusing? So I know how to provide support to you or anything of the like? No. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna make like a comment here and assign to Shanyu so she can decide what she's gonna be working on. All right. So this is the first piece of the three-step workflow that Dr. Bodzin suggested yesterday during the meeting. First, we are developing the single photos here. And Gillian said that she talked to Kwan, so I reinforce here that they should be following Kwan's advice of like copying the entire scene. At the end of the video yesterday, I showed a strategy of creating a parent for the entire scene, and then you can make it a prefab to manually export it. So this kind of information instruction step by step is in the video. There is a tip here for them to be leaving scene 2, which is the scene with the rocks, and scene 6, which is the acid rain for last.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
the current stand on the high gas.
yeah. The prototype one is the transportation scene with the bridge, because it just has the historical image. No, did I get that wrong?
Yes, we talked about that yesterday. We are doing generic photos here that has all the functionalities, because if we do one of the actual scenes, we may get confused and like not implement all the possibilities, because just like you said, the photosphere about the transportation only has those things. So, but we need to make the model prototype photosphere with all the possible interactions and functionalities, so that when we duplicate them, we just disable or enable what needs to be disabled and enabled across scenes.
Okay, thanks for the correction there. I'll add it to the notes.
For sign control, Jennifer is doing the game controls. Yeah, we still have checklist and options. Help.
All right. Anything else, updates for watershed, I'm sorry, Lehigh Gap story?
No.
No, okay. So before we adjourn, I have just a couple quick updates. So last night with Junior's assistance, we figured out what gaming laptop we want to order. I crafted the email, sent it out last night to Amelia, who's our business manager, so we could order it through Amazon through the Amazon business account. I also copied Denise Camping because she's our LTS person who I believe we have to work through the approval process. Unfortunately, this morning when I checked email, there was a bounce back from Amelia saying, I'm swamped with the end of the fiscal year stuff that she has to do and expect a delay. So we're probably not going to get it ordered by the end of this week. I will follow up with Amelia and Denise on Monday morning and hope for the best with that. I'm trying to think if there's any other updates I can give. So we covered the Microsoft thing, so that one's done. We have a solution to that. I think that's it. I think that's all I have.
I just got a message from Shang. She had written on the Zoom chat. She's working on the tutorial for the Lehigh Gap story.
Right. Okay. So Zhang Yu's working on the tutorial.
Mhm.
I'll add it to the list here. Okay. All right. Anything else for today's meeting?
Mm,
I don't think so.
No.
All right. Well, everyone, I mean, this is great. I think we're moving forward. I feel, and again, I don't want to apologize, but we really couldn't have that I felt like we couldn't have that under the hood session earlier yesterday because not everyone had gone through the tutorials and finished everything up. I wish we could have, and again, the timing was a little off with Junior and I going to the iLearn conference, but I'm glad we spent the time yesterday doing it. I think it was a real productive session, and I think we've got a good path and workflow moving forward now for this month.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So with that, I guess we'll officially end the meeting, and I'll see everybody Monday.
Have
All
a
right.
safe drive.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.